Hello, minions! I wanted to make this quick video to serve two main purposes. One is to show you my finished cocoa bean farm. I actually recorded two videos before this one that are not posted yet, but and I realized I didn't show you the finished cocoa bean farm like I said I would at the end of the cocoa bean farm video. So here's this, and then I want to talk to you about what I'm going to be doing with the server. Yeah, I took the concept that we did. It's exactly where it was, where I showed you. I filled in the rest of the wood for the second part of the piston, and I mirrored the same system on the other side. So there's a button here to collect these, and a button here to collect those. And I've just set chests in the middle of the floor to actually be able to collect the cocoa beans. So all I have to do is hit the button, it shakes them all loose. I can replant them on both sides here, and skibbity bibbity, Bob's your uncle. It's all good. So what I want to talk about is the server. I've been talking about changing server hosts because the one that I originally got, or the one that I'm currently on, was it's a UK-based hosting provider, but when I signed up with them, they had US servers. So when I joined up with them, because they had the reasonable prices, they hosted my server out of Pennsylvania. And then they I guess they ran into some business shortages or whatever. They were losing money, so they closed down all but one of their data centers, and they kept only their UK data center. And the connection, other than for Porkchop, who's actually in the UK, is really just kind of unacceptable. It's laggy, it's inconsistent. I'm just not a fan of it, and with the waning value of the American dollar, the cost of the server is going up because it's paid in pounds with an American dollar conversion. Go away, rain. Come again some other day. So yeah, I want to switch hosting providers, and I've got it narrowed down to basically one. I've got basically two options, but there's one I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with. But here's the interesting thing about it is I just re-upped this server for another month because I wasn't sure, and I'm still not 100% sure when I'm going to do this transition completely. Basically, so I've got this server still active for a month, and I'm hoping when I get back from the Memorial Day holiday that I'll probably switch to the new server, which means I'm going to have some overlap of a couple of weeks between this hosting provider and the new one that's going to be the home for MinionCraft going forward. So what I was thinking of doing is opening up this server to the public. So basically turning off the whitelist and just opening it up to and posting the IP and opening it up for just anybody who wants to get on the server. Obviously, before I do that, I'm gonna back up the server and move it to the new server and get all the guys onto the new server to make sure that everything's up and where we left off. And then I'll open this up and basically let people in for, I don't know what it'll end up being, a week, 2 weeks, depending on how much time I have left by the time I get around to switching hosts and it gets all set up or not. But really the question is how many of you would be interested in that? It's not going to be adding everyone to MinionCraft, obviously, but it's going to be basically a week or two open house where people can come into the server. Not the one that we will persist, obviously, but basically one that's going to be kind of a temporary, kind of throwaway kind of thing. And, walk around the world, see everything that we've built. do some exploring, people want to do some building. You know, we'll do that. You know, let people go around and build. And again, the reason we're backing it up is because I would hope that people would just want to get here to maybe look around and build some cool stuff, have some fun, kind of on a multiplayer server. Maybe, you know, I'll try to get on as much as I can during that week or two to interact with people that wouldn't otherwise be, you know, on the MinionCraft server. But I'm expecting some level of trolling. I would hope against it, but you never know. I mean, we had people on the server that I thought I could trust that blew up the entire inn, so I can't guarantee that people who I didn't necessarily trust to add to the server won't do something horribly destructive, but who knows, maybe that'll be interesting too. Yeah, that's basically, I'm going to keep this one short because that's really what I want to do, is get your feedback on who'd be interested in getting on an open server. Depending on how much time I have, if I have 2 weeks or even a week, if I want to do, we want to split the time. Like, I leave obviously this server up like this, but one thing I could also do, I haven't looked into the complexity of it, but hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward, is putting on my single player world maybe on the server for a few days. To let people look around that as well, so we could have some time in the multiplayer MinionCraft server, as well as publishing my single player world for people to look around in. Basically, just give me your feedback, thoughts, what you guys would like to see, what you'd like to do, anything like that, and hopefully I'll get it rolling after I get back from Memorial Day break and a Memorial Day weekend, and so yeah, that's it. Before I get to too much babbling, I'll go ahead and leave it there and say leave comments, leave feedback, let me know if you're interested. If people aren't interested, I may not even bother. I don't know, but yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye, minions. Oh, goodbye. This is something I don't think a lot of people understand about the current Xbox, and everybody's kind of confused. How's the DRM going to work in the new Xbox? And I'm going to guarantee you pretty much 99% this is exactly how it's going to work. Oh my goodness. 5 O's. That's mock.